Hello YouTube. I was looking around for a video on how to take these dash lights out of the 2000, I think it's 2000 to 2004 series Toyota Avalon. I couldn't really find any videos, so I thought I'd just make this one really quickly just to kind of show you guys what to do. Anyway, there's these two little speakers in the front, I guess tweeter speakers. Those are the first things you have to remove. So get a pry bar, kind of pry it straight out toward you. So get one of those little plastic trim bars. They're cheap to buy. They're little plastic things. They won't cut your fabric on your tweeter. So get one in here, and at the same time get another one under here, and just pull it out toward you. The clips go straight in. They're the little metal clips, not the plastic ones. So chances are pretty good you're going to leave one behind if you're not careful, and make sure you got both of those little metal clips out so you can put them back in properly. Now, once you have that out, you can disconnect those little clips. Then this flat plastic piece on the bottom has to come out. That's the next thing that has to come out. So all the way along here, there again, those little metal clips. See, that one stayed behind. You're going to want to retrieve that one and put it back on before you put it back together. I'm just going to pause here, and then I'm going to take the top part off and show you that step. So I'm going to continue along this, prying it straight upward, and retrieve all those little metal clips if you leave any behind. Okay, be right back. Okay, so this is the top one that I pried down. So I started on this side and just worked my way across. The top one was much easier to get off than the bottom one. And it's again those little, I don't know if you can see them, those metal clips. So make sure each one of these metal clips is still in its position before you put them back together, or you're going to get a dash rattle or something like that. So this was the bottom piece. The clips stayed on the bottom piece. The top piece that comes down, well, you can see that. It comes down, and you just set that aside for now. Now we're going to go further and take these screws out. There's a screw up there that has to come out, and we'll keep going. Okay, so we're back. This was a weird little piece. It goes up into here. There's a screw on the top that holds it in, and you gotta kind of just pull it up and out like that, and that'll expose this set of screws. So I've taken two out already, and that takes your multifunction display off. And then you got to go back here on the left side, two more screws, and that should get your instrument panel, like your gauge cluster, out. We'll keep on going. Okay, now we're over on the right side of the car, passenger side of the car. Two more screws here that you have to take out, and I'm hoping that'll release this trim piece and your multifunction display. Okay, this piece was a little bit tricky, this Avalon display piece. So there's two clips here and here, two screws on this side. So remove the two screws on the right, and these clip in to this center piece, this multifunction display piece. Now that exposes two more screws, so there's steps to this. So what I would do if I were to start over is I would start on the right hand side, take these two screws out, pry this piece out, be really careful, don't twist it or bend it or anything. Try and get your little plastic wedge in here and pry it out toward you, or if you can grab it from the top and bottom, just pull it out straight toward you. It didn't come out that bad, it wasn't in there very tight, but certainly there's certainly an order to this. So what I would do if I had to start over again, pull your right tweeter, pull your left tweeter, get this bottom piece off, get the top trim piece down and out, go over here, take these two screws out, pull this piece out, take these two screws out, then that'll get you to this top trim piece, take that out, these two screws, and then you should be able to pull your multifunction display out and toward you. I still gotta get these two screws out now. So this video is going to be a little bit choppy, but here's the back of the multifunction display. It's got several bulbs, as you can see, and there's two blanks there. I haven't established whether those are for anything yet. I don't think they are. I think they could be for another option maybe or something, but anyway, there's the back of your multifunction display. So how I got that out was I tipped it kind of back toward me and pulled it out to release it. And there are 5 wiring harnesses that plug into the back of this thing here. Actually 6. No, there's a double one here, so there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I got those out of the way now. Now I'm gonna take these last screws out to pull my dash cluster out, and that should give me access to those bulbs that are burnt out. Actually, there's only 2 bulbs burnt out on this one. It's over by the temperature control, or the temperature indicator. Everything else is pretty good. Also the drive, I'm going to change the drive bulb out because that's kind of the one that gets I guess used most, and the park one maybe. The park one's still good, the drive one is burnt out, so I'm going to change that one out. Then what I'll do is I'll just kind of do a nice seamless, hopefully, reassembly video and show you guys how to put it back together. Well, actually it's pretty self-explanatory. Just reverse your order and get it rolled back together. But again, Toyota did a good job on this car. Everything is pretty well assembled. There's no dash rattles or anything. Everything is again, if you watch my Solera video, you'll see that these things are definitely put together well assembled, well made. The build quality in this car is amazing. Like, this is the top dog before you enter the Lexus line. This is the Toyota Avalon 2004 series. Anyway, really nice car. I'm gonna keep at it, and I'm gonna pull that gauge cluster out next. Okay, so the gauge cluster is out now, and I see which bulb I need to change. It's the one right here. It's the one furthest, if you have it flipped over, it's the furthest one to the right. This is the one that's burnt out, and also the sequence of lights that are for your drive indicator, your gear position indicators. I'm going to change that one that's burnt out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just test all of these, and the way I test them is with a kind of an old weak 9-volt battery, and just put a wire to one side and a lead to the other side, sort of, and jump across, and it'll tell you which bulbs are burnt out. See those little copper contacts? Just put a wire to each side of this and it'll light up that bulb, and if it doesn't light up, she's burnt out. Replace it. Okay. Now this was pretty interesting, taking this thing apart. There's only 2 wires to the gauge cluster. So 2 screws here hold this in on the very left hand side. 1 screw in here. Put that in first, then you'll put in your multifunction display. Again, a couple more screws, screw over here, and then you're going to clip in that last piece. It's just kind of a decorative trim piece that goes over here. It serves no purpose, it just says Avalon on it. And then you'll put your top plastic back up in here, your bottom plastic along the bottom here. Then you're going to plug your tweeters back in on both sides, and she should be buttoned up. Hopefully that helps you out. I'll see if I can't maybe put this together seamlessly, or it's going to be one just big choppy mess. Hard to do a video when you're working on a thing at the same time. Be easier if you had another set of hands in the car with you, but this whole thing took me, I don't know, I was probably out here for 10-15 minutes messing around with it. So I'm going to get those bulbs changed out, and I'm going to start putting it back together. So there is a definite sequence to doing this. Again, I would probably take your tweeters out, take your bottom piece off, top piece off. Doesn't matter really which one you take off first. There's that little weird plastic piece that bridges from here to here, and then just start over on the right hand side. Take that display, I don't know what you call it, that little where it says Avalon display panel out. Take your multifunction display out, and then take your gauge cluster out. So that should expose you to all the bulbs you need to change. And while you're in there, you know what, might not hurt to put some new bulbs into the signal lights, things like that, things that are commonly used. This is a 2000 car, so these bulbs are probably 18 years old, and the ones that are most commonly used are going to be the ones that burn out first or quickly or whatever. Anyway, use your own discretion. If you want to take this apart again and change more bulbs in the future, go right ahead. myself. For the price of the bulbs, I think they're $3 from Toyota or something like that. I'm just going to change them out. That way you have brand new fresh bulbs in there, and then you got a whole pile of spares in your toolbox. Okay, thank you for watching. If this has helped you at all, please comment or like or subscribe. I've got some other videos on there for motorbike stuff if you're interested in that. If not, have a great day and take care. So I just wanted to do this little quick update on the bulb situation here. So I've got a little 9-volt battery with a couple leads on it. And it's really simple to test these bulbs. You just put one of the leads on the left side, right side, whatever. There's one on each. You can see those contact points. Put a lead on each of these contact points and it'll light up. If it doesn't light up, then it's burnt out. So replace it. Now on the back of these, just hold it up to the light from, I guess, back, forward, back, whatever. And you can see which position you're in. So left signal, right signal, then you've got your gear shift indicator and high beam, low beam, and then your bulbs that light up your instrument panel are in there as well. So there's not very many positions on here. I guess there maybe is a lot of positions. I'm going to replace, like I said, I'm going to replace the most commonly used ones, left, right signal, maybe the park, the drive, and I think that's about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to stash some of these bulbs in my toolbox and have them for the next time I take another Toyota instrument panel apart. And hopefully they're the same. These are different bulbs than the last ones I did, so I don't know, maybe they change them every year just to confuse you. So that's that. I'm going to go to town. I don't have any of these bulbs. I'm going to have to go pick some up. And like I say, if I have some in my toolbox, I'll have them for next time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. And it'll help you diagnose your own dark instrument panel. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.